Let's get going with this news hour, beginning with some breaking news coming to us out of Mali, where the military say the president and the prime minister have been arrested in what could be a coup. It started as a mutiny among soldiers in the town of Kati, about 15 kilometres from the capital Bamako. Pictures on Twitter are said to show two cars carrying President Ibrahim Boubacar Keita and the Prime Minister Boubou Sisi. Other video has also shown protesters who've been calling for Mr. Keita to quit, celebrating in Bamako. Ahmed Idris is following developments from the Nigerian capital, Abuja, for us here on the News Hour. Ahmed, nice to talk to you again. What's the latest information we have?
Well, basically, the information we have right now is that the information that President Boubacar Keita and the Prime Minister have been arrested, and they are currently on their way, or right now, inside the Kati camp, which is effectively under the control of the mutineers. Earlier on, like we said, they have arrested senior ministers in government, the foreign minister, the finance minister, speaker of parliament, and other senior officials and senior military top brass. If these people are in fact in the hands of the mutineers, then effectively it's a coup, no longer a mutiny, because they have all the powers to negotiate. They can negotiate to form a government. They can also negotiate for a way out with anybody who is interested in negotiations. But it doesn't look like they are interested in negotiations. Report we're getting right now out of Bamako is that probably the military will make an announcement shortly at 8 o'clock local time, which is around 20 GMT. So we wait to see whether or not that happens and what the military will say. Now, right now, what we know is that governments around the world have condemned the coup or mutiny as it is. The United States, we heard some from France. We also heard the ECOWAS, the regional bloc, and the African Union condemning it as an attempt to unconstitutionally overthrow a government. We live to see what the next line of action of these countries will be. We know already the sanctions they apply on member states, especially the African Union and the Economic Community of West African States, that execute a coup on a civilian government. The punishment actually is to ostracize them, to take them out of the union, as well as impose some economic and political sanctions. So we wait to see if this is indeed a coup, we wait to see what these organizations and institutions will do in the next few days.
I suppose, Ahmed, it's fair to say it doesn't really matter whether this is being perpetrated by all of the Malian military or a large percentage of the Malian military. But whoever's leading this, so far it looks like a coup, whoever's leading this, do we know what it was that, if you will, pushed that person over the edge and decided, do this and do it today?
Yes, of course, earlier on there were reports that a colonel was in charge of this, but it is yet to be confirmed. And if this happens, definitely with the top military officers now in the hands of the mutineers, it's going to be much, much easier for them to do whatever they want, to set up a government, to maybe install an interim government, or even negotiate if things get out of control for them with the regional bodies like ECOWAS and the African Union. But one important thing to note is that this can lead to total chaos. We've seen this happen in 2012 when President Amadou Toumani Touré was pushed out of power by the military over the situation in the north of Mali when the Tuareg rebels launched rebellion there. Now, what we know is that there is an increase in activity by armed groups, Al-Qaeda, the Islamic State, and other various armed groups in the north of Mali, on the border with Burkina Faso, Niger, and all these places. They will exploit any political or military vacuum that is there to launch more aggressive attacks. They will be the happiest people with these developments now in Bamako. So what we probably will see in the next few days will be more attacks, because the armed groups have realized that the security situation in Mali is fluid now. What probably people will be looking up to is the presence of the international forces, the French, the United Nations, and other regional powers that deployed their troops to Mali to keep the peace.
Ahmed, do stay close, keep us posted. We'll come back to you if needs be, but in the meantime, thank you very much. Well, these developments do bear a stark resemblance to the events leading up to Mali's military coup 8 years ago. That's when soldiers seized power from the then president, Amadou Toumani Touré. A transitional government later took over and organised elections, which the current president, Mr. Keita, won. But the political turmoil unleashed years of chaos, allowing fighters to seize towns in the north of the country. Keita has faced growing condemnation about his perceived inability to tackle those armed groups. Joining us on the line now from Bamako is Idrissa Sanguer, a political analyst and journalist. Idrissa Sanguer, give us a sense of where you are and what you've been seeing and hearing.
Actually, I'm outside in Bamako. You know, I was going to Kati to see what's happening exactly at this time, but I find the military convoy coming down in Bamako, so I follow them. They go through straight to the National Public Radio, so I can't follow them inside, but we are maybe expecting something come out in a few hours or few minutes from now.
Explain to us why the protesters on the streets are apparently celebrating a military coup.
So, you know, there is a situation going on in Mali since, I can say, 2 or 3 months ago, with the religious chief named Mahmoud Diko as leading protesting against the regime, against Ibrahim Boubacar Keita regime, and they are willing to take down this regime by protesting outside in Bamako. So we can say these are the people actually demonstrating in these people are now rally at the place of independence of Bamako to somehow they're happy, you know, to see the president Ibrahim Boubacar Keita regime overthrow. So exactly who is celebrating, I can't say, but most of the people outside celebrating are from the M5 movement.
The people who are running the coup, some members or a big number of the military, we are now reporting what other people are reporting, saying that they have taken the president and the prime minister out of Bamako, and he's now arrested or under detention in Kati. Why take them to Kati? Why not leave them being held in Bamako?
You know, the Kati is the camp leading by these two officers.
I think we've lost that line there to Bamako. We'll give it one more go. Idrissa, can you hear me? It's Peter Dobby here in the studio in Doha.
Hello.
Yes, we lost the line there for a second, Idrissa. Please carry on. You were explaining to us why they have taken the president and the prime minister to Kati.
Okay, so there is two names come out of Kati: the Colonel Maki Jau and Colonel Sadio Kamara. Both of these guys are acting with the military deployed inside Bamako to take control. So this is what we got this morning when we go to Kati. But why taking the president and hold him in Kati inside the camp? They want to be sure the president is under their control. In fact, we are waiting for an official announcement. People are saying the president has been arrested, but the Malian military doesn't tell us if something is going on.
Why do you think?
The president has been arrested.
Okay, pardon me for interrupting you there, Idrissa. The line has got a bit of a delay on it, and I apologise for that. What do you think the military will do with the president and the prime minister and these other government officials who they've arrested?
I can't say exactly what, but there is a lot of possibility. They will hold them to negotiate. If there is a negotiation going on with UN, with some African organization, we will try to free President Ibeka, even if he will not remain in power, but they will try to free him to secure his life and official government too. So they held these people in views of all negotiation coming in a few days or in a few minutes, maybe.
OK, Idrissa Sangaya, thank you so much for coming on to Al Jazeera to talk to us. And as Idrissa was mentioning there is a lot of speculation that we are, in the next couple of hours, going to see or hear some of an announcement from the military in Mali. Ahmed Idris was paying lip service to this as well. It's apparently going to happen at 20 hours GMT, so that's in, what, an hour and 45. As soon as we have access to that, we'll bring it to you here on Al Jazeera. More reaction coming in all the time from the Russian Deputy Foreign Minister, Mikhail Bogdanov, saying they've received information about the arrests of the Malian president and the prime minister. That's according to the RIA news agency. He also said that Moscow is concerned about the events in Mali.